So, I had to split the video into two pieces because it was a very, very, very long video. Um, so this is a bit of a breather in between. This half is after I downloaded all the files onto the computer from the CD and showing what I did and about the Chinese characters and things like that. And this is the heart of the whole um, programming piece. This is also the longest part, so um, just bear with me. Should transition into it right about now. So I'll say 73 N1CLB clear. Okay, so now that what do you call it? I got everything downloaded. Here it is, and what you do is, like I said, you get rid of the USB, the Chinese characters. Hang on, let me go back. See what I did? See how there's two Chinese characters on that? Well, you got to get rid of those because it will in XP or anything else, it'll cause an error because oh no, it's not there. There it is. Well, you got to get rid of the Chinese characters because it'll cause a problem and it won't what do you call it? It won't open the archive files or the setup files like these two. This here, it won't open, or especially, where is it? This here. This here, it will not open with those Chinese files because it will not be able to locate this folder here. So if you open it, it'll automatically look for this folder without the Chinese characters. If you have the Chinese characters in the name, it will cause a problem and it will not locate the what do you call it? It will not locate the files right away. So you'll come up with errors and everything. So, okay, now that is, where's the, there it is. So I'll close this. Now I'm going to open up hang on, let me just put this back to regular really quick. I'm going to open up the UV4 band ECPS. Okay, now it'll automatically say 1280 by 800. You got to try and figure out how to get it to that. My monitor, it supports that size, but for some reason it just doesn't want to show it very well. Okay, so when you open it, first things first, if you put in the wrong one, you hear that beep noise? That was my radio. It just reset because I opened up the program. That'll tell you that your computer is matched properly. First things. Oh, another thing. I noticed when you go to use this program, you have to make sure the communication works. The first thing the radio should do when you have it plugged in, you turn it on, you have it plugged into the computer, the first thing it should do is it should turn on regular. The second you open this radio, the second you open this program, the radio should beep like you just heard. Okay? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and, now, if it doesn't beep like you just heard, you got to come over here. Hang on, let me magnify this. Okay. You have to come, hang on, this is, minimize that. You have to come over here to communication. Click on it. This window here will pop up. All the COM ports. It puts the USB adapter as a COM port. Right now, it auto detects the adapter, so it already detected mine as being on COM port 5. Excuse me, I have to take a drink because talking hurts sometimes. Okay, it's COM port 5. If there is an error, it will give you an error message. Like, I'll put it as COM 3 for now. I know it's COM 5. If you try and click confirm, it'll say this: communication port open error. So you click OK. I'll put it as COM 5 because I know it's there. Now, if you ever open this program and you come up with that error, you hear that, that is my radio restarting again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this. Now, one thing I notice about this program, it does not move. When you go over here, go like that, you can minimize it like this. You can grab here. It will not move at all. Ready? Watch. I'll minimize the where did it go? I'll minimize this. Now, see how you can. Now it won't move at all. You can adjust it, shrink it down, and everything like that. But once you do that, see, you can grab the top of it. It won't move at all. If you come over here, it doesn't give you the option of moving it. So you can't really move it. So you can only minimize it or put it to full screen. Now I'm going to minimize this. Now, if you ever come up with that COM error, this is Windows 7, but you go over here, go to Properties, and then on XP you would go Properties and Device Manager like this. Come over here. Hang on, let me increase the view of this. Move this over here. You come over to Ports, COM and LPT. You click on this. See how it says prolific USB to serial COM port COM 5? That will be what you want to look for. USB to serial COM port. Then you take and you can get out of this. Let me just minimize this again. You can get out of this, close this down, and then come back down here to this, go over to the communication, put in the COM, and then click confirm, and it should be fine. And once you, ready, watch. I'll turn my radio up so you guys can hear it. I put it on COM 4. See, communication port open error. Click OK. I'll put it on COM 5 and watch what happens. I'll click confirm. The screen will go away, and then listen to what happens. Ready? My radio just reset. So that's how you'll know when the communication is correct. Okay? Now, you go over here, go over to Program, click on it. Now, you guys are going to laugh at this. Hang on, I'm going to increase this because you guys are going to laugh. Hang on, let me just move this down here like that. Now, ready? Program, read, form, radio. Yeah, the loss in translation is quite funny. So you click on this, and I'll minimize this. Now see this? This is what it says. Read data from radio. You click on read, connecting, it'll do this. If you do the program and then read from radio and do this, it'll read everything in the radio. The settings and all that are different things that you can program, but you have to program them individually. See, complete, and the radio just reset itself again. That's a common occurrence. So you click OK, then you click X, and now if you look, these are all the frequencies on the radio that I put in. Okay, I put all these in by hand. Believe me, it uses the same style as, what is that, Microsoft Excel, but it's far more dumber than Microsoft Excel. So I mean, you can't, if you do all these, it won't. If you take and try and put all this, this is the channel. Channel 0 is the very first channel. It's what you work with. And then all this, band, HF, UHF, receive frequency, TX frequency, CTCSS, DCS decode, then encode, TX power, wide narrow, push to talk ID, busy lock, scan add, signal code 1, OPI SUG, I'm trying to think what that is, speaker mute. This is what it is basically the CTCSS. If it hears the correct tone, it will unmute the speaker. SCR. Oh, what is SCR? I forgot. But it's, and then the channel name. There's nothing else after this. You have a limit of 6 letters, but it has let me put 8. So be very wary of what you do. And then you come over here. This is open a file, open settings and things like that. Save. This is channel information. Well, no, this is the optional features. Sorry. This is channel information. This is Dtmf. This is that, what do you call it? If you want to, like, stun the radio, you can by doing specific things to it. Dtmf kill, things like that. And then this is the channel info. Okay, so this is set it, optional features, channel information, Dtmf kill, basically. Then this is, they don't have any pop-ups for this in the English version. They have them in the Chinese version, but they don't come up with it. I got this one. I actually had to download this program because it's a lot more stable. But so these are all, and the scroll mouse does not work on this. It will not scroll. So you're pretty much SOL. You have to manually put it down like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. Now these are the optional settings. TMR, you can set it. This is the what is it? The scan function. Well, actually, no, it's not scan function. It's what can receive. Like, you can have it as main and A, main and B, main and C, main and D. Basically, the 4 layers of the radio. Or you can have it all the way down till you get all of them. I have it off because they don't really receive all that well. Squelch level 1, timeout timer in seconds, 180, which is roughly 3 minutes. APR, automatic power off. Let's see. ABR, I don't even know. Beep on. DTM, yeah. VCL, scan add, scan, reverse, push to talk delay, alarm type, channel. So basically the DTMF is if you key up with DTMF on and another radio, you can basically call them. If you hit the right tones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you can basically call a specific radio through a repeater, and it'll come up and it'll set off an alarm on their radio to let you know that they're calling you and things like that. And you can also, if you like my little thing here, yeah, you cannot move this over at all. See, there's no option to move it. Even with it at 1280 by 800, this is tough to look at. These are all the colors of the screen that you can put, and all the different settings for the screen, colors, and things like that. Relay signal. I don't think it does a relay condition. This has me wondering. It may actually. I don't know. I'm still learning this software, and it's tough to learn. But you can set the parameters for like whatever frequency you use, like the 2 meter band, 350, which is of no consequence. Then you got the 1 1/4 meter band, the 220, and then you got the what is that, 440. This can go up to as high as 400. It starts out at 470. It doesn't go any higher than what you program it to. This doesn't work. I don't know why. Let's see. You can put a password on the radio so no one can access, so no one can change the files without anything. And this is the channel information. Actually, that's optional features, I believe. Let me close this. I want to see. See, option. Yep, that opens. Basically, all these right here are up here. So you just go like that. I'll close this again. So I'm gonna open up a new one. Oh, it doesn't work. Hang on. Let me clear that. Don't worry, I have it saved on my radio and everything. But to add frequencies and stuff like that, you gotta basically do it like this: band, VHF, UHF, RX frequency. I'll just put in the frequencies that were there. Now you have to put the decimal point in, because if you don't, you'll go like this. If you hit tab, hang on. If you get rid of the if you don't put the decimal in, you hit tab or you hit enter, well, it's not working. But you go over here and you see this, over the range of received frequency. So you and then it just does this. So you got to go like this. And then you come over here. Now see it automatic. No. Oh, son of a mother's go. Yep. It just erased my radio. Son of a bitch. So. Oop. Actually, no, it didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if it did. I'm going to read from the radio. Hopefully it didn't erase my radio. Just like I was hoping it didn't. Excuse me. So, hopefully it didn't just erase my radio, because that would be really, really upsetting. Alright. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it did. See how bad it did. X out of that. Yep. It erased my radio. Son of a bitch. Let's see. So, let's see. Channel, yep. Optional features, yep. Well, at least that part is still the same. So now, what I'm going to do, if you happen to do this, always, always, always back up your stuff. Okay? This is all my frequencies. See right there? Now, I'm going to write it to the radio because I screwed up bad. Now it's writing. It's going to reset again. And it's going to put everything back. Hopefully, it won't brick the radio. So, there we go. Boom. Complete writing the data to transceiver. Now, if you look right here, I love the loss of English. Okay, now I'm going to close this. Let's see. Hang on. X out of that. File. New. Let's see if it'll program. Actually, I'm going to exit, and then I'm going to redo it. See? 1280 by 800. My display is nowhere near 1280 by 800. Okay, now, program, read form radio, and you heard the radio beep again, so it's going to read. I want to see how it does. You can change the startup screen, so instead of it saying welcome, you can put anything you want, which you guys saw what I have for mine. I love my love setting this up. We're going to, let's see, go like that, close that, boom, everything's back in place. Now, okay, alright, everything's back in place, which is good. So, hang on, 725, what's that? RMRS Gen 1, okay. Yeah, so, everything's back in place. So, like I said, when you do that, I'm going to take and I'll close this, go channel, file, new. That didn't work. Again. So I'm going to clear this. Now, like I was saying, you go here, VHF, UHF, you come over here, and then you gotta come over here, backspace, put the input. This, you gotta do the tone. Come down. This is where the scroll mouse works. Now see, It automatically did the encode. When you did the decode, it does the encode all automatic. Wide, narrow, push to talk ID. You leave PTT ID off because then it starts beeping, either after you're on or off. When you key up or unkey, it'll stop beeping. Busy lock. That's if, let's say, it's a busy repeater, or there's another frequent, like another tone active. It won't let you transmit on that. Scan add, it'll add it to the scanner, which doesn't really work all that well. Signal code 1, that's the kill button, thing like that. OPISUG, I don't know what that is. Oh. I don't know. Speaker mute, of course. QT or it basically QT and or. It's kind of a logic thing. It'll go by tone, by the Dtmf. Basically, it'll go by tone, tone and Dtmf, or tone or Dtmf. So basically, if you just do Dtmf, it'll do it. If you do tone, it'll do it. So I usually keep it at QT. SCR, you put it as no, because that is a what is that? That's I can't even think of it. It's been a while since I've messed around with the programming. Then I usually leave it off anyway. Then you just take and put the channel name in, like Apple. And then when you come down here, watch the letters. It automatically capitalizes them. So, okay, now I'm going to X out of that. I will exit this again so it doesn't stop my radio. That's the magnifier. And then I'll reopen it again. Okay. The radio will restart. Right there. See? And then see, this is the what is that? The opening window. This is the what everything's set for. So you can look at that and everything. This is what the original one looked like. So, but that's how you program. And I'm sorry for the long-winded video, but I wanted to make sure that everybody understood clearly how everything works. And it's very, very tough to program because, like I said, you have to put everything in all the way down. And what's really, like I said, this does the scroll. I'm using the scroll right now. It's not moving. You can move it down to, I don't even know how many channels this thing can hold. I think it's like 200 or 300 channels, something like that. Maybe not even. Now see, 200. See, this is the very last channel. Well, that's what you would call a placeholder. They just put that there so that it will so it can hold the memory. If you try to delete this, it'll cause a problem. It may brick the radio. So do not touch the last one. You can put 200 channels in, 0 to 199. So other than that, now see like I said, it causes. I mean, you can tap on this and go across. I don't know why it did that. But it's easy. It's weird to program because you can't really get the thing to work right for you. So you have to make do with what it is. There's a lot of miscommunications in the error in the programming and everything. So you got to make sure you do it right, because one wrong thing. And then okay, now I'm gonna go to the options again. What is that? Oh yeah, that's that. Like I said, that's that. Now see, squelch level 5. That's because I didn't read from my radio. Thankfully, I don't want to brick it again. So now I'll go like this, read from radio, and watch this. This is all going to change. APO, automatic power off. The ABR. This is, what do you call it? The display. It dims the display. It does not work. No matter what you do, it does not work. I've tried getting it to work. It does not work. Now see? Boom, boom, boom. ABR. 2 minutes. I was sitting there watching it for 10 minutes. It did not come on. Or it did not shut off. And the radio was not busy. I had the radio like disconnected from the antenna. So it does not have excuse me, the display off does not work. So don't even bother with it. Just leave it to off, and it'll work fine. You can do an alarm, all that fun stuff. There's a lot, like I said, stat-free display. That's down at the bottom of the screen. That normally stock from the factory. It says KT-7900D. You can put your call sign or anything you want. The power on message, when you power the radio on, you can put all different, anything you want. As you can see, what I put with mine is a very, very funny thing. I put it on all 3 of my radios because, well, I can. So I'm the only one who uses them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I don't know why that said M and C. I didn't put that like that. Unless well, what it does is it goes main, which is basically A, and then, or remember, I don't know what that M is. I don't know what they designate as M, but each one of these A, B, C, and D are the 4 displays on the channel. You'll see channel A, channel B, channel C, channel D. And that's how it works. But I don't know why I put it at that. I tried to have it on all 4, like that there, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to. It wouldn't really work. So let's see, frequency. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I put it to C. I don't know. But it goes between memories and stuff. So hopefully this will be a little bit more helpful. And I know I was rambling and blabbering, and it doesn't really what do you call it? Doesn't really give much information, but you guys get a bit of a understanding as to the full extent of the programming and how much of a pain in the neck it can be. Other than that, the program does pretty good. It programs the radio, no problem. It reads from the radio, no problem. It's just programming the frequencies in. Programming the frequencies in by the radio itself, you cannot put the names in at all. Like this here. Like all these channel. Hang on. Let me read. You cannot put all these channel names in on, what do you call it? Oh, I did it again. Paxtron. Forgot to get rid of that R. But you can't put the names in by way of the microphone. You have to put, that's a computer thing, so you have to put that in by way of the computer. And it's a pain in the neck. Because like I said, I did, what was it, 35 frequencies? Yeah, 35 frequencies. And I had, and it was really, really tough to do because it's a pain in the neck getting these things in. Because like I said, you have to do each and every single thing by hand, one at a time. And with it being like this, you can have, if you have a repeater has an output tone that's different from the input, you can do that here. You can put it on low power, or you can put it like this, high or low. Usually on frequencies that have, what do you call it? Like public safety, things like that. Yeah, as I said, I did 35 of these. Oh, look at that. That was an error that I didn't even see. I put in 35 frequencies. It took me about an hour and a half to do. So, but like all these police frequencies, if you look, I put it on low power. I put the receive frequency there, the transmit frequency there. That way, there's no chance of accident. In fact, I should change that. That should not be there. So, but yeah, normally I put frequencies that are out of the range of the transmit so that it won't transmit anywhere near the intended frequency. That way I don't have to worry about having people get mad at me for it, you know. So, like I said, hopefully this video was very, very helpful, and hopefully somebody gets a little bit out of it. Have a good night, and hopefully I'll catch you again. N1CLB saying good evening.